Are you a business owner who is making good amount of sales, but you're also interested to make improved profits? Or are you a business owner who is interested to make a good quantum of cash or have good amount of cash in your business? If your answer for any of this question or both of the question is yes, then we have the answer how. The answer to this question is dependent on data. Yes, you heard us right. It's dependent on data. Data is the new oil, means it's very valuable. But like oil, which has to be refined for it to become valuable, data also has to be refined for it to become valuable. In fact, it has to be linked to a related item for it to give insights. In one of our consulting assignments, where we were giving business finance insights to a customer, where we were helping him on liquidity and profitability parameters, we were able to give insights based on data. Let me take you through the insights where we gave the business owner what he wanted. This insight is specifically customized and curated by Sowjanya, who is a chartered accountant, with a team of experts from finance and IT domain. Now, to take your attention to the feature, this is a secured window which has a specific login for users, also with a password. Keeps the entire data secure. This insight is driven by PowerBI and related technology, and this is the first dashboard which is giving the various kind of areas where insights are provided. There is an insight on all customers, there is an insight on company-wide sales, insight on product values, and 5 products. In the consulting assignment, here we spoke about profitability and liquidity. In fact, profits can be increased or improved by either improving sales or by reducing expenses. Let us take your attention to customers. So when we click on the tab of customer, we see the chart or a visualization where customer 9 is the most prominent. For us to understand more about customer 9, the visualization are very interactive, which help us to understand all the related details of customer 9. In fact, once we give a click on customer 9, the day-wise sale changes. If we want to know more about customer 9, for example, in September, it gives us an insight that there's only one transaction with him. But if we click for November, there are 3 transactions with customer 9. Now, these are the interactive dashboards which helps us to understand the details for the top customers. Similarly, we have some amount of insights for top 4 customers. When we come to top 4 customers, where we said we understood customer 9 is the most important, prominent person to whom the company has made transactions, we have given some insights which helps us to understand how we can improve profitability. As the visualization goes, there was an insight which was provided that the entity was heavily dependent on one customer. The potential problem it can pose if the customer's purchasing behaviors change, the entity would have to face a lot of risk in terms of profitability. So we also gave them recommendations on strategies to acquire new customers and also use data analytics to personalize marketing efforts to improve customer engagement. A financial planning related tip of building a robust financial plan, which includes provision for cash flow management during the periods of high sales volatility. We could see how the sales were volatile. In 1 month, there was only 1 transaction. In another month, we could see 3. Going back to our top 4 customer window, we have insights month-wise or all 12 months. Similarly, there was an insight given on top products. As we can see the visualization, the company is dependent on few products. And the dashboard is interactive to the next level of connecting these top 5 products to top customers whom we saw. In fact, I click on customer 9, I exactly understand what are the products customer 9 is held in the financial year. And if I click on November, where there are 3 transactions, I exactly know there are 2 products. So the interaction is micro level. In fact, the insights here help us to understand there is heavy reliance on few product categories. This also can lead to inventory imbalances. So the recommendation was a diversified product portfolio would help to mitigate the volatility of the profit risks. An interesting feature which is important for all of us to know is the insights not just give us the segmentation of sales, but let us take your attention to DSO. DSO stands for Days Sales Outstanding. We know that customer 9 is a prominent customer. The average number of days the entity takes to collect money from the customer is 50. But from customer 9, it's 28, so it's very favorable. The liquidity position is good. But one of the customer who's out of the top 4 customers, the DSO is 104, where my average is 50. This is quite a cause of concern. We did speak about it in our insight as well and said the average DSO is 49, but it takes 50 days for the company to collect payments after the sale is made. In fact, we have given recommendations of how they can improve their DSO. Because if we note, except for customer 9 and customer 5, the other 2 variations are quite large compared to my average DSO. So the point we gave to our client was, it's not just finding out the segmentation of sales, but connecting the sales data to a related insight, which is DSO. Connecting the data points increases the insight or increases its value like a refined oil. Taking your attention to profit, the client had a visualization of gross profit at the gross level, net profit at the net level, and EBITDA at the operating level. Now, the interesting feature of the visualization was, in the month of November, gross and net and EBITDA, all of them had unfavorable positions. But in the month of December, everything, all the 3 parameters were in a profitable positions. But when we come to March, we could see the improvements. So we are giving month-wise sale, month-wise profit visualizations, product visualizations. When we come to the month of July, gross profit is favorable, but net profit and EBITDA is not so favorable. We were interested to understand the pattern, and the client got an insight that the majority of the company's revenues came from a significant transaction which were non-operating in nature, which was dividend. So a diversified revenue stream was a necessity, and we had to identify the major source of income and consider strategies to enhance the revenue stream. In fact, going back to the dashboard, there is a separate tab on indirect income, which is contributing to a profit position. So it's important to know the segmentation as well. In fact, to understand this profit, we would like to take your attention to direct expenditure. We will still understanding the second strategy for improving profits. There is one segment of expenditure provided by vendor 314. When vendor 314 is a vendor which is contributing to major part of the direct expenses, a linking required is how quickly is the entity making payments to vendor 314. Days payable outstanding. What is the time duration the entity takes to pay their vendors? 22 days, but they are paying the vendors 314 more than 22 days, which is 106. So what does this mean? We gave an insight that vendor 314 stands out significantly with a high DPO of 106, implying that the company takes a longer time to clear its dues. Such an extended payment may be because of a negotiated agreement or a cash flow management which is working very well for the entity. We need to review the terms with vendor 314 to ensure that this extended time payment period is not causing any operational or relationship strains, a cause of concern and recommendation. Going back to notice, except vendor 314, rest all vendors' DPOs are not favorable. Of course, needs a micro level insight here as well. This is the kind of linking. The another aspect with data in terms of refinement is we validate the observations through different data points. We have understood that the profit is something which is a cause of concern here. We see a lot of red visualizations where in those months the net profit was not favorable, and here an improvement is required. We could also get this validated with top 4 customers where only customer 9 had a lot of dependency. Sales segmentation needs to be improved, product segmentation needs to be improved, was also validated for the fact that profit was heavily having an support of indirect incomes. This is something which was helpful for improving profits. But if we go back to direct expenses and indirect expenses, the second major expenditure would be salaries. So the third aspect any business owner should look at is how do I look at my next largest expenditure, which is salaries, which we use an MIS called as HRMIS. So finance, which is business finance, and HRMIS put together will give us a lot of connected data, integrated, valuable data for us to improve the profitability or liquidity position. HRMIS would be customized to include attritions, recruitments, alignment of the employees to the organization visions, and allocating the indirect expenses based on the activities so that my profitabilities can be improved in a very, very logical, reasonable way, which the business owner wouldn't have thought of before. I hope you liked the kind of answers what we gave you to improve the profitability. This is an attempt to help business owners to improve their profits with a visualized, integrated dashboard like this. If you need any more information, we'll be happy to assist you in this regard. And any kind of references we make, all of these tabs will give us additional information. Also, once we finish the dashboard, to increase the data security, we have a logout option where the data is secure, hosted in S.G.K Solutions website. So the access is restricted and with this unique username and password. Thank you for watching this. We'll be happy to connect with you.